welcome to Liverpool TV. So today you're going to see quite a few videos coming through on the brand new setup of the new channel, and I'm going to start with the lad they call at the training ground the wee rocket, so Ben Doak. Now I'm going to say this very calmly, but we must not sell this lad. We just cannot sell him. Watching the game the other day against Las Palmas, a few things didn't work out for him, but I tell you what did. He's the only player, a bit like Mo Salah, but sometimes Salah cuts inside and comes in on his left. The only player that 9 times out of 10 thinks of one thing, and that is, I'm off. Straight away, I'm off, I'm gone. His pace, his trickery, his left foot, his right foot, the way he can drop the shoulder, the way he feints. He reminds me of a young Iron Robin or a young Frank Ribery. I mean, we have really got a talented kid here, and that's what he is. He's a kid, right? He turned 18 in November, and I want to tell you a little bit about the lad. Now, I worked for Celtic for a year and a half, and they were telling me stories about him then. He came on against Rangers at the age of 15, right? And if you know some of the goals you've seen him score at youth level, and I mean, Jurgen Klopp believed in him to the point of where he brought Mohamed Salah off at Chelsea in the Premier League for Ben Doak. And Slot's come in, and he seems to be very calm and nice to the media, Slot. But I think he's got a really nasty side to him that you don't see, because after yesterday's game with Ipswich Town, the reports came out afterwards that Arnie Slot had took off Gerald Quansah because he was losing too many duels. That's brutal. It's not just the fact that he took him off, but it's the fact that he explained to the media why he took him off. So I quite like that about Arnie Slot yesterday. But the only thing I do worry about is I worry about the youngsters getting a chance under Slot, because at this moment in time, we've lost Bobby Clark, who's gone to Pep Lijnders Salzburg. We've lost what's his name? He's just gone to Carvalho, who's just gone to I forgot the team. He's just gone to Brentford for 27.5 million, and we've lost, by the looks of it, possibly Bajcetic. If Bajcetic, mind you, he's rejected the opportunity to go out on loan, but that's what I'm saying. We were looking at offloading so many players. Jaden Dams, I think, was supposed to be going to Plymouth for Wayne Rooney, and then the news came out that I heard from a very good source that they were considering selling Ben Doak as well, and this cannot happen. It cannot happen, because there's a lad here with raw talent, and shadowing Mohamed Salah it will make him. I don't want us to do what Chelsea did with Mohamed Salah, right? Because this is what I think this kid will become. I genuinely believe that with the right coaching, this kid could become unplayable. Now, I'm not saying that he shouldn't go out on loan. I'd actually welcome that. In fact, I'd rather him stay at Liverpool and play in the Carabao Cup and get some minutes in the FA Cup and try and push. If we get an injury to Salah, God help we don't, but if we did, he could push for the right-sided attack. The good news is it's now the 18th of August and he's not gone on anywhere yet. But then I just worry, because don't get me wrong, I'm a little bit biased because I'm a Scotland fan as well, and I know my family love him, and I know for a fact my family want him to play for Scotland now, and I do as well, because at the Euros he would have been something that Scotland didn't have, because he's just got downright pace. He's got no fear, but he's got something about him. Now, the good thing with me working at Anfield when we won the league and I was there for 2 years is I've got a lot of friends, and that's a lot of friends. So I'm not telling any tales here on anyone, but I have. So the information I get is really good. Now, do you know when he was at Celtic, Big Ange Postecoglou found out that he didn't want to stay at Celtic and he wanted to leave for Liverpool? Well, Big Ange Postecoglou threatened Ben Doak, saying to him that he will ruin his career from now on. It was really horrible to him, saying he'll make sure he never has a career in football. Big Ange said to Ben Doak, a kid, a 16-year-old boy. Ange Postecoglou went down in my estimations after that. Now, if you can remember last season, Ben Doak was on the bench against Tottenham, under Big Ange. Now, I know a lad who knows Ben really well, and he said to me that Ben Doak literally said that he would, if he scored, if he came on against Spurs, he would run and slide and go mental right in front of Big Ange Postecoglou. Now, if you can remember, Suarez did that to David Moyes, and I love that. I love that about him. I really, really love that about him because that's what I want. I want him to have that fire. And I mean, I've watched this kid not just for Liverpool, but I've watched him for Scotland's under-18s, under-23s, under-21. Sorry, and he is the best player on the pitch every time. I mean, they played Spain, and the Spanish manager actually said this boy is going to be something else. I mean, I wouldn't even rule out a Barcelona or a Real Madrid coming in for him. That's how highly I rate this. You know, just because they'll take a punt on him because of what he's got. He's got raw pace. He's just turned 18. I mean, 4 years time, he's only going to be 22-year-old. You know, and who develops at 18? Look at Mohamed Salah. He was let go at Chelsea. You know, he had to go to Fiorentina. So don't sell him, Liverpool. Don't fucking sell him. Just keep him. Either play him in the Carabao Cup for Salah and then just play Nunes and Gakpo in the front three, or loan him to say, excuse me, loan him to say an Ipswich, or someone like that, or even somebody in the Championship like Leeds United or something like that. Or I'd like him to be in the Premier League, so someone like a Southampton. I think he'd be do great at Southampton. They brought through kids like Theo Walcott and Chamberlain and stuff like that. So and Lallana. So we just have to make sure we don't sell this kid, because I'm telling you now, I'm so glad that I do these videos because I save all my videos. I'm going to tell you now that in 2 years' time, this kid will probably be one of the most sought after kids in the world. I honestly believe it. And one thing I'm going to say now, he will be in the next Scotland squad as well. So I can see him bursting on the scene at international level. So what would probably happen is if we sold him, he'll go and play. Because listen, I watched him against Las Palmas. He's rusty. He gets 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Anybody that's played football knows that you need to play regularly to get up to speed. He's had the injury, which he was out for 3 or 4 months with, right? Give him a fucking chance. End of the day, give him a chance. I look at it like this: the Carabao Cup, Champions League, we've got 8 games. Got 8 games in the Champions League now. We could be qualified after 6. So there's 2 Champions League games you can play in. There's League Cups. There's FA Cup early rounds. And we haven't got a lot of options on the right side of attack. So just give him a chance. So it's one of those. I really, really, really hope that Liverpool don't mess this up, because he's one I've got this genuine feeling that he will take off somewhere else if we do not. Look at Mbappe. Mbappe was at Monaco before he burst onto the scene at PSG. I'm telling you now, this kid he's got better feet and dribbling than Mbappe. Mbappe's better finisher. Mbappe's world class. But in terms of the dribbling ability and the way he ducks and turns, I'm telling you now, if you don't believe me, watch his YouTube videos of how he ducks and dives and how he twists and turns, and he's unbelievable. He's got the potential to go on to being Mbappe, in my opinion. People might think that's mad, but that's just my opinion. I genuinely believe that we have literally Scotland's Wayne Rooney, Scotland's Frank Ribery or Aaron Robben. We have got a super talented winger here, and we need to keep him. Let me know your thoughts on the video. Up the Reds, you'll never walk alone.